Let's get right into it. Greatman Takit is right here with us in our Abuja studio. Yes, I imagine you love his tunes, the fact that it's versatile, it can make you calm, it can make you dance. But hey, let's meet the man. Greatman Takit, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm all right.
I want to start with the elephant in the room. Your name? Greatman Takit.
Yeah.
Who's responsible for such a cool name, really?
My dad.
Your dad?
And my ancestors.
It's your real name?
Yeah, it's my real name. Greatman is my first name, Takit is my surname, or last name, yeah.
So they had a meeting. Your ancestors first thought, let's have such a cool surname.
Yeah.
Takit.
Yeah.
Because we know that there's going to be a great man in future.
I would like to think so.
And then your dad said, let's take it forward.
Yeah, let's take it forward.
Let me give him Greatman.
Mm-hmm.
And then Greatman Takit. Mm-hmm. Amazing. I know a lot of people envy you because people have their real names and they now have to morph it into a nickname.
They wouldn't have envied me when I was quite young. Like,
really?
Think about me without deep voice, very lanky, smallish. What's your name? Greatman. like this was always the reaction.
Greatman,
yeah,
Greatman. Come on. And I think it's evident in what you do. Yeah. So once people hear your music and they see your name, they're like, it makes sense. And that's why I said, they probably saw into your future, giving you that name all the way from, you know, your ancestors, sort of. But I'd like you to speak to us about really how you discovered this. Because your tune came and it shocked a lot of people. Some would say, this is not Nigerian. I know people who argued then. Because your name again was Greatman Takit. Like, of course, this guy is not Nigerian. So how did you discover that? I wouldn't call it a niche, but something innovative such that people now want to listen to the kind of music you do, gospel music, and they're sold on it?
Well, I think for me, it started by identifying a need, a void. I've always known that I was talented. I mean, I started singing since I was 11, like singing on stage. I started facing a lot of people since I was 11. And responsibilities with regards to music have always been put on me just because I could do many things at the same time. I was always artistic. But professionally, just a bit over a decade now. And it was because I figured that there's a void somewhere. I'm a young person. I like to be entertained. That's a word that not many Christian settings like. It's either or for them. And I'm like, no, it can be and. You know,
entertainment collabo.
Yeah, entertainment is not a bad word, whether you want to look at it from the biblical perspective or not. What may be bad is what you define as entertainment. Just like 2,000 years ago, people dying in the Colosseum at the jaws of tigers, lions, was entertainment for some people. But it was very gory and it was, you know, not morally right. So I figured I could entertain people, but I could also meet a need. I could speak to their needs. I could speak to things that they could relate to and, you know, be that person who made family-friendly music, not just, you know, I mean, family-friendly music that also had a very deep sense of spirituality in it. Yeah.
I'll tell you this, as I said earlier on, it's not fair what you do because you make it really tough.
What do you expect from a black man?
Right?
Oh, it doesn't have to be
You
fair.
make it really tough to choose my favorite. So I'm like, I need to get a favorite, but I'm like, no, I can't get a favorite, but I don't want to hold you to myself alone. Jeffrey and Bukola are in Abuja, rather in Lagos, and of course they'd like to come in on this conversation. Jeffrey, Bukola, over to you now.
Absolutely. I love the gentleman. I was talking to Bukola. I said, do you know that his popular song, Look at What You've Done? And he's going to sing it for us on the show. But before he starts singing, Greatman, I know that from what you've submitted to Kayode and all of us, you do not like what they call the fallacy of false dilemma. It either has to be black or white. So my question would be, how are you leading that rebellion in a very conservative setting, today, such that you feel that you can be successful with what you're doing?
The world has always been they don't react at first well to novelty, but over time, if you communicate it with their language, I think that you would be celebrated pretty soon. I don't live in the world of black and white. I mean, why black and white when there are colors? There are quite a number of colors, myriad of colors. So like, why should I live in the space of black and white? It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't appeal to my intelligence at all. So a lot of times when you say this is wrong and this is right, what I want to do is investigate it. Why do you call it wrong? Is it because it doesn't favor your cause at the time, or because it's actually objectively wrong? Because I also believe that there is objective rightness and wrongness. But based on what are you judging it? If your lens is skewed, then I would be the judge of that, you know? So how am I thriving? I think that I have carried my cross for a bit. I have, and the great man that you know now is a product of quite a number of overcome challenges and journeys, stories that it would take more than 15 minutes to tell.
I'm sure Bukola has some questions for you as well.
Yes, indeed, Jeffrey. And,
right.
and I'm pretty spoiled for choice right now. Greatman Takit. Jeffrey likes, there's a particular song that Jeffrey likes, but I'm itching to listen to Finidi George. And I wonder if, you paid some copyright to Finidi George for that song. Great one. But talk to us about this. I'm a convert to your style and your approach in doing gospel music. And for those who see it as a culture shock, of some sorts, that believe gospel music is supposed to be in a certain way, predictable, conservative, how effective has it been to reaching out to the youth who also, are in dire need of that gospel of truth?
Yes, so like I said, I think that young people, it's important for young people to be entertained. It's part of our learning process to be entertained. That's why a lot of our learning processes as kids, nursery school, primary school, were put in songs. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, things like that. Because it catches our attention when entertainment is the thing that you package, that you use to package the message. And I think that I discovered that, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put what I believe truth is in music, and I'm going to do it well. I'm a Christian, and I'm a practicing Christian, but I didn't grow up listening to church music. I grew up listening to radio music, to TV music. So because, I'm somewhat like a sponge, when I take in something, I process it, and then I give it back out, in my own words, in my own way. And so I began to do that. And quite fortunately, I can do quite a number of things. I could rap, I could sing, and I could do singing in different genres. So I just made up my mind to be that person who could communicate truth with the tool that the young people liked. Of course, initially, it wasn't the easiest route. It wasn't the most remunerating. It wasn't the most rewarding. But one thing I made up my mind to do, and one thing I used to say, is if you don't listen to me, your kids will listen to me. And I made up my mind to be that person, to have that agenda, to influence kids. Because it's important. I think that it's quite important to be somebody who's very intentional about the future generation, especially if you think of it as a big deal for society to be a better place.
In other words, Greatman, just target us and abuse us. We're a lost cause.
You are not my target, my brother.
Wow, the older generation is, and it makes sense.
Yeah,
really, because we need to start thinking about the future.
Yeah.
Too many times we're just concerned about the now, or at least maybe tomorrow. We don't think long term. And that's sometimes the difference between other clients and us. They're able to think long term. So things that happen in 50 years don't happen as a surprise to them because they have prepared for it, or at least they've tried to prepare for it. But I want us to really try to resolve an issue once and for all today.
Okay.
Between you and Dr. Foy.
Yeah.
Greatman, do you feel targeted every time Dr. Foy
I do.
comes at you?
I do. But when you have a friend, you know your friend. In fact, that's the reason why you call them friend. You know them first before you accept that they are friends with you. Dr. Foy, his love language is violence. Like, if Dr. Foy insults you, because he loves you. So I've come to accept. You know when somebody says we didn't manage him, right? No, I'm not managing Dr. Foy like how a manager manages an artist. Like I did actually manage Dr.
So how do you take it when people come at you, your love life and all of that? How do you feel?
I like it.
You like it?
A part of me likes it. Leave them thinking. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, hide in plain sight.
So you're hiding in plain sight.
Did I say that?
You did.
I did.
You did.
Did I say it or imply it?
You did say it.
Maybe.
But is it really tough, the work you do? Is it tough balancing that? Because, I mean, sometimes we take it for granted that you get all of the attention, you get all of the money, you get all of the good comments.
So that money side, I like, you should stay on that because...
we should stay on that some more, right?
I want to have more of the money.
And we'll talk about what you're planning for December and the coming year, right? But I just wanted to quickly touch on that. Do you think it's really tough? Because people take it for granted, as I said, but you are wearing these shoes, even though you're wearing really lovely shoes, but you know where it pinches.
Yeah, I do. I know where it pinches. But I try my best to live a very private life. I think that's the healthy balance to it. Keep yourself grounded, especially as an artist, as a creative. As a creative, you are very prone to neurodivergence. And so it's very important to live a grounded life. It's very important to understand what your flaws are. It's very important to be accountable to authority. Like, be in touch with your parents if you have a good relationship with them. Have mentors, very sound mentors. Live a very quiet life. I think it's very important. And with regards to like knowing what your flaws are, you must know what triggers you. As a creativity comes from experience. It comes from brokenness a lot of times. Right. A lot of the things you guys enjoy as our creativity came from pain. And you hear it in our voice. You just love it because it has been refined. But it's pain, a lot of it. So you must know what speaks to that pain, whether negatively or positively, and know how to curb it or encourage it.
Brilliant. Yeah. Let's wind on this. What do we expect from you, at least December and the coming year? I mean, I know you have a lot of stuff, but speak to us about it.
I am going to be doing an event in Lagos on the 14th and 15th, headlining an event on the 14th and 15th, one on the island, TC and Lekki, the other on the mainland, TC and Igomu. By the end of the year, I should be out of the country for another event. By next year, definitely you guys are getting an album. Singles leading to an album, but a whole album. This is not 7-track project, 8-track project. It's going to be like 10, 12, 15-track project, and it's going to be all of me. Every part of Greatman you've seen is not going to be segmented now into different small projects. It's going to be all of me.
Yeah, it's going to be a year. Yeah. Sing this with me. You got the whole
world in your hands. You have a nice voice. Like,
I do. Yes. So do you have need for backup?
I do need.
Or you fix it. Ladies and gentlemen, Greatman Takit.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the great work you do. Definitely we'll have you back and we'll have some more conversation. But we appreciate your time.
All right.
Thank you and have a blast.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Whew. So there you have it, Greatman Takit. Clearly, if you want more, you can always join him on social media, stream his songs, and show we support our own. But that's where we draw the curtains on the show this morning. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kayode Okikelu.
And from Lagos to Kaduna, Abuja, all around Nigeria, Nigerians are doing great things, and the Morning Brief brings them close to you. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. I am Bukola Koka.
Well, I wanted to hear him sing that song, or play the song, but it didn't happen. It's one of those days, but I'm fine. Thank you for watching. I'm Jeffrey Uzoma. Bye-bye.